Hey, what's up, guys? Robbie here. Welcome back to another Brawl Talk Discussion video. Now, I want to just throw this out there before we properly get started. I did make a poll a couple weeks ago asking you guys how you wanted me to sort out this the Brawl Talk video because in case YouTube didn't work, as far as I'm aware, it still doesn't work. I gave you three options. I gave you the options of a discussion video, like I'm doing right now, a slideshow, like I did back in October, or some mix of both. And turns out no one voted on the poll, so I have taken the executive action of making a discussion video because it takes slightly less time than the PowerPoints did. So deal with it. All right, so the December Brawl Talk has got a lot of juicy stuff, so why don't we actually start with the December Brawler, because we didn't get that in the last Brawl Talk. The Brawler we're getting in December is Pierce. He is a legendary marksman and the final member of the Velocirapids trio. Finally! Took us 4.5 years to finish that trio, but we're here now. Still can't say the same for Charlie, though. Anyways, Pierce's gimmick is that every time he lands a shot on an enemy brawler, he drops a shell near him. Then he can go and pick up that shell, and it fires a miniature projectile that can pierce through walls and hit enemies. They do go quite a distance, but there's probably like a certain range to them. But that's also the only way you can kind of reload. Well, so the only real way to reload with Pierce is either you land your shots and pick up the shells, or you use up all your ammo and then wait like 2 seconds or something. Also, another specific thing is that the last shot of Pierce for Pierce, if he's got like one ammo left, then that shot will deal extra damage. So sometimes it's a good thing to just be running around with one ammo. Uh, yeah. For his super, he targets an area and it marks foes, and then for every foe in the marked area, Pierce will fire a homing shot at them, and those will drop bonus shells that you can also pick up and have shot at the enemies. So there's lot of a lot of shell play going on with Pierce's gameplay. So yeah. For Pierce's gadgets, his first gadget lets him reload one ammo and drops a shell. Uh, or his second gadget is he can absorb like nearby shells and he gets a shield per per shell he picks up, and also it knocks back enemies. Think kind of like the heist safe when it drops like every 25% health. Some similar like that. For star powers, his for his first, if he only has one ammo left, that shot will slow enemies. And for his second power, he gets a quick speed boost whenever he picks up a shell. That's pretty cool. Does not have a hypercharge yet, but for his title is it's a funny one. It's Pete in the pool, because Pierce's job is to clean up the pool at the Velociraptors if someone, you know. So yeah, Pierce is going to be coming in a early access event in December, probably within like the next couple days as of recording this. And he'll also be coming with a mythic vampire hunter skin, which that's pretty cool. Also, Pierce is a legendary brawler, so we're probably going to need to maybe get more than 14 brawler boxes with him in order to guarantee an unlock. But I mean, you can still get him if you don't have as many boxes. I mean, I don't know how many boxes exactly is going to be a guarantee unlock for Pierce. If I had to guess, at least like 18 or 19, roughly. I mean, some of the things probably going to happen with like when we get an early access event with the epic brawlers or ultra legendary brawlers. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Next, I want to go over the Brawl Pass changes because there are going to be some changes happening. First off, they're increasing the prices of the Brawl Pass. The base Brawl Pass is going to cost about £9, and the Brawl Pass Plus is going to be about £13. Now, that might sound bad at first, but they are going to be increasing how many rewards you get in the pass. There's also going to be 10 extra tiers, so there's going to be 60 tiers, kind of like how there was in the Brawl Pass 1.0. And we're also going to be getting slightly different tail end rewards. As I mean, it's just getting normal star drops at the end of the Brawl Pass sometimes not really worth it. Uh, these um these new tail end rewards, they can be anything like demonic drops, angelic drops, sushi rolls, mega boxes, stuff like that. And you can also spend like a couple gems to upgrade those rewards. So there's that too. And we're also going to be getting something cool called the Vault. And this is kind of something. Well, it's interesting. To access the vault, we're going to need vault keys, and there are four different types of vault keys. There's resource keys, which allow you to get like a certain number of like coins, power points, and bling. There's brawler keys, which will allow you to unlock any brawler that's from epic to ultra legendary. The rarities are going to require more keys. These like epic brawlers need one key, mythic brawlers need two keys, legendary brawlers need four keys, and ultra legendary brawlers are gonna need six keys. So yeah. And then we have skin keys, which is actually how you're gonna unlock the Brawl Pass skins for this season. They're not gonna be in the pass themselves. You're gonna need the skin keys to buy them. And you don't have to like necessarily use those keys on the Brawl Pass skins of that season. You can hold off on them and buy maybe like a previous Brawl Pass skin. So like say for example, if you don't want a Brawl Pass skin from this season, you can maybe buy one from like the Subway Surfers season or the Gods versus Monsters season or something. It's the options there. That's the nice part about the keys is that they can be saved up for multiple seasons to save up to get what you really want. And the fourth kind of key is a Buffy key, but I'll talk about those a bit later in the video. One other thing we're also getting in the Brawl Pass, which is new, we're getting something called Chaos Drops. These are technically the best versions of Star Drops that we're gonna get. Pretty sure you get like six of those in the new Brawl Pass, but yeah. So basically, the deal with the Chaos Drops is that they're kind of a mix of regular Star Drops and like the sushi rolls in the sense that you get the different rarities of the chaos drops. They usually range from super rare to ultra rarity. That's a new one, and they can also split up to 8 times. So theoretically, you could get like 8 ultra chaos drops, and that's gonna be like crazy. Though that's probably going to be like a very, very low chance of that happening. But yeah, it's pretty cool. As for what you can actually get in these chaos drops, you can get stuff like skins, potentially brawlers, buffies. Again, talk about more of those later, and other stuff like that. So yeah, their chaos drops are very exciting. So while I was on the topic of talk about Brawl Pass, let's talk about the Brawl Pass season for January. And that is going to be a steampunk theme, which now that I think about it is a little surprising we don't have anything like that yet, but better late than never, right? So for the Brawl Pass skin, we're getting Steampunk Stew. Stew's getting a cool steampunk skin. They've kind of went more like a crime themed steampunk uh or crime themed steampunk theme for this season, so that's pretty cool. And he's Steampunk Stew is also coming with two color variants. He's gonna be coming with Crime Lord Stew as well as Iced Out Stew. That's pretty cool. But there's more. We're actually going to be getting two different types of Brawl Pass skins with its new changes. The other Brawl Pass skin we're going to be getting is Steampunk Gale. I remember seeing like a pin for that in the blog post when they first talked about like changes that are going to be happening for the Brawl Pass, and I saw there was like a pin for the Gale skin, and I'm like, are we getting steampunk skins in the future? And good to know I was right. So yeah, steampunk Gale, pretty cool skin. He's also going to be coming with two chroma variants. He's going to be coming with Fancy Man Gale and Dapper Gale. Those are pretty cool as well. As for other skins we're going to be getting in this season, we're going to be getting Peaky Sam, which is a reference to Peaky Blinders, because I'm from the UK. Boss Brock, which is a pretty cool skin. And Clockwork Kaze, which is a legendary skin. She looks really cool. Obviously, she's gonna have two different appearances with her with Kaze's gimmick of switching forms because she's an ultra legendary brawler and whatnot. A little sad Jae hasn't gotten any skins in this update, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Also, I have on my notes here is I've also thrown in a Gigi's hypercharge. Gigi's getting a hypercharge this update called Pas de Do. I'm not 100% sure. Forgive me if my French is not the best. Um, so basically, what this does is that when she uses her super and like teleports, she deals damage both on arrival of a teleport and when she leaves in a teleport instead of just when she leaves. Which I mean, someone who recently unlocked and is playing GG at the moment, I feel like maybe this should have been what she did from the get go. But I mean, that could just be entirely down to skill issue on my part. Who knows? And speaking of things happening in January, we're also getting another brawler in January. We are getting Globert. He is a mythic support brawler who's also going to be part of a new Star Park Aquarium trio theme. So that's kind of interesting. And he's also dressed like an anglerfish because yeah, why not? Sorry, I thought I had to burp there. So for his main attack, Globart fires beams of light continuously at either heal allies or damages enemies. He can have one beam tethered onto an ally and an enemy at the same time. But these beams only last for like a certain number of time, and they also either deactivate if like a target gets too far away from Glober, or if they leave his line of sight, meaning the beams don't go through walls. So yeah, for his super, he has like a cone shaped super area, and he basically he reveals his face to people, and that scares them for some reason. I don't know. Glober doesn't seem that bad of a guy, but yeah, he inflicts fear, which is like a new status effect we're getting. That basically makes the enemies run in the opposite direction of where Glowbird is. So I feel a little bad for the guy, honestly. And for other news of Glober, various gadgets and star powers, talk about those. His first gadget has him dash towards a target he's in the middle of healing, and he'll do like an AoE heal. Cool. For his second gadget, he supercharges the beams. So whatever beam he has tethered to like an ally or an enemy, those beams will now be like those will be be stronger for like a set amount of time. So he'll either heal more or do more damage. So for his first star power, it's kind of interesting. If he's tethered to both an ally and an enemy, the enemy brawler will deal less damage, but the ally brawler will deal more damage. So that's kind of cool for if you're playing more team-based modes. And for his second star power, he will heal himself whenever he damages an enemy. That's kind of for more solo modes like solo showdown and stuff. But chances are you're probably more so going to be running Glober in team modes, so I feel like the first star power would be a bit more worth it. And he doesn't have a hypercharge yet, and his title is Sleeps with the Fishes. That sounds oddly familiar. And we've also got another season coming in February themed around Brawlin' Times, love and whatnot. Uh, yeah. So for the first Brawl Pass skin we're getting is Heartbroken Rico. Apparently he and Piper aren't doing so good. It's a little sad. I like those two together. But also something I kind of noticed with the skin is that that Rico's body is like a broken vending machine, which I'm kind of wondering if that's maybe a reference to the to this. They made this like Brawlentine's animation like 2 or 3 years ago, where Rico initially fell in love with a vending machine. And I'm wondering if that's maybe kind of a reference to that. Like Rico like rebuilt himself with a dead lover. Maybe questions for another time. He's also getting two chroma variants in Breakup Rico and Revenge Rico when he moves on, I guess. And for the Brawl Pass skin, we're getting Brawlentine's Angelo. I mean, he is a Cupid. It makes sense for him to get a Brawlentine's themed skin. And he's also coming with two chroma variants in Adonis Angelo and Snatched Angelo, which I'm pretty sure that's a comment you make about someone's waist, but who am I to judge? We're also getting a couple other skins, including Brawlentine's Bear Shade, which that's a legendary skin. Funny enough, because I checked the patch notes in game, that's what it says. Love Potion Squeak, which is adorable, and also a mythic skin, pretty sure. And Baddie Alley, that's spelled Baddie. Pretty sure that's internet slang for you're saying someone's attractive or whatnot. I don't know. I don't really use that term. But yeah, cool Brawlentine skins. Really like them. And now we get to probably the longest part of the video is where we talk about Buffies. Remember when I kind of mentioned those a couple times earlier in the video? Well, basically, buffies are keychains that will buff your brawler's gadgets, star powers, and hypercharges. But you only need one for each of those things, so each brawler is going to get 3 buffies. And the reason we're getting these buffies is because the Brawl Stars dev team they want to basically have a chance to sort of rework and tweak some of the older brawlers. And also maybe fix us like some power creep. Because I mean, let's be real. Why would you play Morris when you can play Kenji or Ali? Like I mean, they are right there. But anyways, I'll talk a little bit more about some more mechanic stuff. But let's go on to the brawlers who are going to be getting buffies. The devs said they were going to try release 6 sets of buffies. So like 6 brawlers are going to get 3 buffies each. And first up on the list is Shelly, because I mean she's the first brawler you play as. It makes sense for her to get the buffies first. But we also need to quickly talk about the fact that gadgets can now be aimed. You don't have to just tap the gadgets to do stuff. You can actually aim the gadgets and whatnot. So yeah. So for Shelly's so for her first gadget, her dash, which can now be aimed, she becomes invulnerable during her dash, kind of like Max's phase shifter. So that's cool. And for her second gadget, the clay pigeons, she gets three of them. So you can fire you can use the clay pigeons gadget three times before it goes on cooldown. And also, those shots slow enemies. The more times you shoot the enemy, the longer the slow duration goes on for. For her first star power, when she fires her super, she leaves three little circles of flames at max range for her super, so that kind of to get more damage done and to finish off foes. Or for her second star power, or the Buffy for that, it gives you a 20% extra movement speed for 3 seconds after you use a band-aid. So that's cool. And then the hypercharge Buffy is so you know how the Buffy the hypercharges affect the brawler's supers in some way. Well, the hypercharge buffies affect the brawler's main attack while they're hypercharged. So that's good. I don't want to get that clear. That's more or less just the case for all of the brawlers. So wanted to get that out of the way first. But for Shelly's hypercharge Buffy, her main attack now fires a lot faster. That's gonna maybe be the case for a couple of these, but yeah. Next up is Colt, and again, both his gadgets are going to be aimable. That's just the case for every brawler now. But for his first gadget, the speed loader is actually getting a rework. So instead of now like reloading two ammo, Colt's now going to be able to shoot two bullets that'll slow enemies on hit, and the Buffy for that will allow you to steal one ammo per slowing bullet. So you can technically steal two ammo from an enemy brawler. That's actually going to be pretty good against the likes of like assassins like Buzz and whatnot. And for his second gadget, the silver bullet, that's staying the same, but his Buffy's gonna make it bigger and a lot stronger, and also it doesn't consume ammo anymore, so that's cool. For his first star power, the one who gets extra movement speed, with the Buffy, he's now going to get additional movement speed every time he lands a shot on an enemy brawler. So so if you're good at landing your shots, you're basically gonna like be hunting down your opponent and whatnot, or just escaping from them. Either one works. For his second star power, he's now going to for his second star power and the Buffy for that, he's going to deal more damage to enemies that are further away from him, kind of like how Piper's shots work. And then for his hypercharge, his attack is much faster, kind of like Shelly's. Still the same amount of bullets, just a lot faster. And, I feel like Colt might be meta after when this update drops and you have the hyper Buffy. If you're good at landing your shots, you're gonna be lasering down your opponents. That's a little scary to think about. The third brawler who's going to be getting Buffies is Spike. And so for his first gadget is getting a rework. Originally he just shot like three waves of needles around him, but instead he's now going to shoot five needles in a cone shape. And yeah, so and for his Buffy, he's going to be able to root enemies with these needles. If you're able to hit at least two, if you land two needles, then they're gonna be stuck in place. And then for his second gadget, it's also getting a rework. Instead of just plopping down a healing cactus wherever you're standing, you can actually now throw the cactus somewhere to kind of be more active in the fight, and obviously it's gonna the travel time's gonna affect when the cactus lands. Would like to just throw that out there first. But as for the Buffy, like when the cactus is destroyed, it will deal damage and knock back enemies. So that's cool. And the first star power is also getting a rework. Spike's getting a lot of reworks. Now instead of having to stand inside the super to heal, Spike's now going to be able to heal a percentage of damage dealt when enemies are in his super, which personally I think that might make him a little better because I don't like having to like waste my super just to get a little bit of healing in the middle of a fight and whatnot. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but still. And for the Buffy of that star power, the he's gonna be able to throw his super faster. So yeah. And for his second star power, which isn't getting reworked, the curveball spikes are just gonna go farther. Um, Good luck dodging. And speaking of dodging, for the hypercharge Buffy, Spike's main attack is going to explode twice. So basically, what that means is Spike's going to throw a cactus bomb, and wherever, if it lands at like max distance or it hits a brawler, it will explode. Then it'll also stay there a little bit and then explode again. So that and the curveball, that with the curveball star power and Buffy, good luck. And next up we have Ems. So for her first gadget, I believe that's her friend zone gadget. That's getting a rework. So instead of it being like a small AoE push effect, it's now going to be like a spray you can actually you can fire and it pushes back enemies. He's kind of like a mini Gale super in a way. Speaking of a Gale super, the Buffy basically makes it kind of like a Gale super. It just gives you more push, and also if a brawler hits a wall, or when they get sprayed, then they're gonna get stunned. So there's that. For her second gadget, the acid spray, it's no longer gonna consume ammo, so it's still gonna be able to, shoot through walls and whatnot. And for the Buffy, that allows her to slow down foes that are hit by the acid spray. So yeah. Then for her first star power, the bad karma star power, it's kind of interesting. Basically, the enemy is in your super, and then you spray. I think they have to be in your super. I think, but if they're in their super and you hit them with your main attack, your hairspray and whatnot, you do that, and the enemy is going to deal less damage. So that's interesting. Maybe a little complicated. The second star power, not so complicated, is that's our hype star power. So when you activate the super, you will get 1 second of invincibility, which that's gonna be really good for me because I hate nothing more than just when I'm playing M's is I pop my super and then I die like half a second after that happens. So that's gonna be nice. And for her, the hypercharge Buffy, her attack is now going to poison foes. Don't know how long the poison effect will last, but it will at least last 4 seconds from what we saw in the Brawl Talk. So yeah. And next up is her dad, Frank. Uh, so his first gadget is getting a rework. Instead of becoming immune to like crowd control abilities like knockback and stun, he's going to fire a projectile and have immunity to knockback and stun. Kind of funny how they made you thought, oh, you're getting rid of the CC, but not actually. We're just adding a projectile to it. And speaking of the projectile, the gadget Buffy is going to allow that sound wave projectile to destroy enemy projectiles. So like if a Brock is trying to shoot at you, you can just use the gadget to negate the projectile. So It's kind of cool. And his second gadget is his irreversible attraction, like the pull attack. That's getting a rework. So it's just going to be like a projectile, kind of like the first gadget, and that's going to pull enemies, but it's also going to cost one ammo, kind of like how is the second gadget originally worked, but instead of like instead of it being like a toggle, it's just a projectile you use right there and then. And the Buffy makes it so the slow foes hit by the pole are now slowed. The original gadget kind of did this, but I guess they just added it to the Buffy. They moved that to the Buffy, so yeah. And for his star powers, his first star power, that's the power grab for like when you defeat a foe, you get stronger and whatnot. Frank is now going to be able to heal himself when he takes out enemy brawlers. So you're basically going to have like an unkillable power machine and whatnot. For his second star power, the Buffy for that makes it so, or the second star power is the sponge one, where he gets more health. That's the Buffy for that's gonna make it so he takes 15% less damage when he's above 50% health. So it's kind of like a reverse of a Bull's star power, where he takes less damage when he's below 50% health. But with Frank, that's it's kind of the opposite. And I remember watching a Lexus video talking about this, and he actually did the maths, and so that Frank's got like 14,000 health at the moment, but with that star power Buffy, he's gonna have like the equivalent of like 16,000 health with that 15% damage mitigation, which is kind of crazy to think about. And the final brawler who's going to be getting Buffies in this update is Mortis. So for his first gadget, he's is getting a rework. He's now going to be able, instead of just like spinning around in a circle with his shovel, he's actually now going to be able to throw his shovel if you aim it. It's gonna still work the same if you just tap the gadget button, but you can actually like aim the gadget and throw your shovel around. And for the Buffy, that's going to do more damage to low HP brawlers. And so yeah. As for his second gadget, this is getting a much bigger rework. Instead of Mortis now getting increased reload speed, he's now basically going to get like a teleport. He is gonna transform into like a bat, move very slowly to a certain location, and then appear there. So kind of similar to like a Surge teleport, like his old teleport gadget, but yeah. And as for the Buffy, if he happens to move past a foe while he's, you know, in his bat form, then he's going to do damage to them and heal himself. So, kind of an interesting little bit of extra mobility. And yeah. So for his first star power, the Buffy for this one is interesting. With every KO that Mortis deals, he's going to get increased max health. He's gonna get 500 extra HP every KO, and this affects stacks. So, like, say for example, you go like 10-0 in a match with Mortis as Mortis, you're gonna have like an extra 5,000 health. And I'm pretty sure every brawler is getting like a health buff for these with these addition of buffies. So I think Mortis now is gonna have like 7,000 health because this video is coming out on the day the update drops. So Mortis has like 7,000 health. You give him like an extra 5,000. That's 12k health. Like Mortis is like the health of a tank. But this max health will only stay until Mortis is defeated. Afterwards, he just reverts to the regular number of health. But yeah, if you don't kill that Mortis quick, he's gonna be a problem. And as for his second star power, the Buffy for that is that's his coiled snake star power. He's going to get a damage reduction when he performs his long dash, so that's cool. And then for his hypercharge Buffy is it's going to make it so that when he dashes, the spot he originally started at, it's going to be like a little damage area that goes off after like a second. So like kind of like like in Hades, how like some dashes kind of like leave like an effect like when you first start the dash. Like I'm thinking, I want to say maybe Aphrodite's dash or like Ares's dash is kind of like that. So yeah, that's pretty neat. And yeah, like I said, they're planning to release 6 sets of Buffies with every update. Though sometimes it might only be 4 or 5 sets because they did say that the Buffies take quite a while to make. And they're not the easiest to make. I understand game development is hard, and yeah, at some point within like the next like year or two, every brawler is going to have Buffies, and these Buffies will also they'll also follow you throughout the match. So that's kind of cool. And how exactly do you get these Buffies? Well, I mean, aside from the Buffy keys I mentioned before, I think you can get a Buffy for free. You're mainly going to get your Buffies through a claw machine, which you unlock this claw machine after you reach 1,000 trophies in the trophy road, and the first pool on the claw machine will be for free. Afterwards, you're going to have to cough up 1,000 coins and 2,000 power points for to pull a Buffy. But so yeah, a good thing about the claw machine is that there's actually gonna be no duplicate Buffies. So you can't get the Spike Gadget Buffy twice or the Mortis Hypercharge Buffy twice. You're gonna only get like one of each, which is very good and is a lot better than what I could say about a certain other Supercell game. Clash Royale. Sorry. But you can also get a like a bling Buffy if you spend 10k bling, which is that's kind of crazy. The bling Buffies don't actually do anything. They're purely just for cosmetics. So if you want to like flex flex a bling Buffy, you can go do that. As long as you have 10k bling. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I know anyone who has that much bling. And but with the addition of Buffies, they're also going to be removing epic and mythic gears because they're a little redundant, and I think the devs said that not a lot of people were buying the epic and mythic gears, and they didn't really have an incentive to do so. But they're not just removing the epic gears; they're also going to be refunding the epic and mythic gears. So we don't quite. I'm not sure what the refund's gonna be. Probably like coins or something, at least. But also, you're also gonna have a like a rainbow indicator under your brawler to like let you know like, hey, you've got a Buffy and whatnot. So that's kind of interesting. And yeah, that's all came the December update, which is released as of today. So yeah. And now we've just got some like little some last miscellaneous details to add. We're getting a few other miscellaneous skins. We're going to be getting Snow Globe Nani for the Brawl Days event. We're also going to be getting some free rewards for during the Brawl Days event as well. We're getting Lunar Lotus Willow for the for the Lunar New Year. It's cool. And we're getting World Champ Max based off the Brawl Stars World Championship, so that's pretty cool. We're getting a couple new game modes and some game mode changes. First new game mode is Safe Blast, where basically both teams of safes are more or less invincible. The only way to damage them is by picking up and throwing bombs at them, so it fits the name. We're also getting a Brawlentine's themed game mode called Love Bombing, where it's kind of like it's a 2v2 version of like Dodge Brawl, but instead of the dodge balls, we're getting heart-shaped grenades. I'm noticing a pattern with these game modes. And we're also getting a two-player version of boss fight, which is just two people going up against bosses. That's going to be Brawlentine's themed as well, with the shade and squeak skins that I mentioned. Slight changes to Brawl Ball and Brawl Hockey. If the ball or puck is in motion while the game when the game timer ends, the ball slash puck will keep going and until it stops. And so I guess it's kind of meant to create sort of like hype moments in the games and whatnot. Can definitely maybe see something like that probably happening in like the Brawl Stars World Championships or something. And getting a slight change to gems, you're now going to be able to get more power points for less gems. And also you can, if you don't have like a Buffy key or the necessary coins or power points to get Buffies, you can spend gems to get the Buffies. You need 149 gems for the gadget Buffies. That's basically like an epic skin. You need 179 gems for a star Buffy, and you need 199 gems for a hyper Buffy, which is basically the price of a mythic skin. And with that, I've covered more or less everything to do with this new update. I may or may not have missed a couple details. I think I may have forgot to mention that we don't know what Globert's mythic skin's gonna be during his early access event, but I'm sure we'll find out near January. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this Brawl Talk discussion video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss an upload made by me. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.